Good morning. Good morning. It didn't even dawn on me that when yesterday's video went up, it would be the 4th of July. I'm so messed up on my dates just from being out of town. But anyhow, welcome. We have hit a monumental number in my subscribers. Thank you. Monumental for me, not for anybody else, but for me. Let me put this away in my drawer labeled ephemera. It's not a huge accomplishment for me. It is because I'm just, a one little woman show here and putzing along. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I have worked on this Lego thing yesterday, and I have influenced people to buy this set. It's not an expensive set. If you don't have money for groceries, don't blame me. But it is so cute. I got all of this done, all of this attached, and then you start making this big wall. And the wall goes like that. And then you start building trees. A little bunch of trees go here, the big cypress trees or whatever kind of trees they are. And there's a lot more swirls that happen. That's what all this stuff is. Foundation for more swirls. But getting all this in all these different blues was not easy. But then you start, I actually think it goes like that. The black goes at the top. But you have this stuff back here, because this is a hinge, some kind of mechanism hinge, and it has another little piece that attaches to it, which is this. And you put it like that. Well, this hole should be on this side, on the right side, not facing forward. Can you see that hole right there? That hole should be over here. So that means I had to take all of this out to turn this around to go the right direction. So I stopped doing it yesterday. But this kind of goes fast. But you have to be careful because there's 4 different shades of blue in here. And every once in a while they throw in a gray. It's wild. And then this attaches to the back, what I call the mothership. It gets attached to the mothership back here. See all these? Oh, I just lost a house. This goes someplace back in here. But these little guys, these things attach to these things at some point, like that. And then it still gets built out because there's a frame. You can either do the frame or not the frame. I'm going to do the frame. And I looked it up. It has 2,163, I think that was the number, pieces. It's crazy amount of pieces. So perhaps this is not a project to start for your very first Lego set at the age of blah, 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 senior citizens, almost. Anyhow, that concludes the Lego portion of our video. And then these two you can put these on kind of like a little arm that sticks out, so it looks like he's painting and the whole scene is behind him. Him being Van Gogh. Oh, but I can't get this thing to stand up right. I think I have this up too high. Or maybe not high. Maybe it's too low. I don't know. Anyhow, when it gets stuck into the Lego compartment holes, it'll be fine. But on its own, it's not that great. But his little legs move. He can walk. His little arms move. And I have an extra paintbrush, so I don't know where that goes. But these are just too cute. But he has both of his ears, although he doesn't have any kind of indication of ears. He just has where his hair might go over his ears. Anyhow, we are done with that for yesterday. And my sister's coming over here today. So yes, happy 4th of July to everybody in the United States, even though you're going to be seeing this tomorrow. And I was like, it dawned on me, maybe, surely it was after I edited and scheduled the video. I'm like, oh, tomorrow's the 4th of July. I didn't say anything about that. So, happy 4th of July. Post on the 5th. So, our word today is lettering. Now, my lettering is heavily influenced by Taylor Swift, who then influenced James Burke. And he has what he calls Collage Club, which I don't subscribe to, but because his drawings, I like them in small doses. His drawings and everything are adorable, but they're not my style. He does lots of, in fact, I think he's doing one of the pages in Junk Journal July. And he has fabulous, great junk journals, or what he puts all kinds of stuff in his junk journals that he makes out of trash bags, like Trader Joe brown paper bags. And he saves everything, and it all goes in there, and it's a heavenly mishmash of stuff. But anyhow, so I think he's doing one of the days this month. She got a lot of people, great people doing these, but he did lettering that's like the Taylor Swift letters on the bracelets. So I could not be one-upped. He drew his own. I found them on Pinterest. And I made my own lettering. And I have it for today's thing. Today's whatever. Today's post. But I had to give it a little bit of a Vincent van Gogh vibe. So there's a movie in the United States called, and worldwide, I guess now, nothing, just United, it's all global. Anyhow, my cousin Vinny, so I did my buddy Vinny. So that's what I'm going to put on for lettering. And that's going to go here. Before all that, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, oh, look at the swirls though. Swirls. So I do have these mermaid markers here that are almost all dry. I wonder what it would look like. I had a set that I hid from my granddaughter because for a while there she was using them when we were still cool. We're no longer cool. But she kind of ran them dry. So I bought another set and hid them. But now I think they evaporated. So that was a waste of money. I don't even know how I'm going to keep this. And it is 7:30 here this morning. I'm doing this early. My sister's coming over here today. And we're going to go on the boat for a little bit and do hamburgers and that kind of stuff. But it is 7:30 in the morning and it is 76 degrees. And the humidity is off the charts. Not like the yellow one is dead here. But I can get a yellow marker. So there is just unbelievable amounts of humidity today. I don't like this piece of paper on here, but this is not the right color yellow either. It's a little bit too lemony. Here's a different yellow. This is better. I forgot what I was going to say. Completely forgot what I was going to say. This is kind of like a cornflower blue, I think. Yeah, but that's still good. Yeah, so I've not walked this morning. And I spent some time out in my what I call my princess chair out on the water. Those for you. I live on a lake outside of Columbia and, well, on the west side of Columbia. But the water is now warm enough for me. It has to be really warm for me to get in it. And I just have this beautiful, what we call princess chair. And I read my book. and tie it up to the dock so that it doesn't float off. And I, Lord knows, can't exercise. I don't want to swim, although that would be good for me. I haven't kayaked since I've been home. Maybe today. I don't think my sister will get in it, but she might sit. She's not bothered by the heat as much as my husband and I are. In fact, my husband's brother and his wife left on the 1st of July and have gone to the mountains of North Carolina, close to the Tennessee border, for the entire month of July and August. And I was like, I need to cover up this somehow. Where's my scraps from yesterday? I need to put this tracing paper away someplace before it gets everywhere. Carbon paper. Maybe? Use these paint chips. I really don't want them to look like paint chips though, even though they probably do. It looks funny. Let me see how I can work with this a little bit. I don't want these swirls to be perfect, which is probably a blessing. That's purple. Here's the other blue. The sticky part of the Post-it, which this is just a Post-it, is right here. So they're reacting funny up there. Markers and mermaid markers. I used to love, this is just personal. I might get some haters from this, but I used to love watching Jane Davenport videos in the very beginning, before she exploded. I'm going to cut this part off. And she started putting up a few more videos now. She does a lot of live stream things. But some of her products are just kind of like, dare I say, silly. I know. I have some tape here somewhere. Double-sided tape. Well, I could tape them together with washi. But I mean, she's kind of repeating some of her products. I don't know. I loved the mermaid markers, and I love some of her early paper. I'm not a fan of the mermaid. It's just not my style. I admire the drawing. I admire the colors, all of that. It's just not my style. And that is okay for me. But some of her products, and I get what she's doing. She's trying to like do a theme, but it's like, really? Really? All right, I kind of want it all askew here. Oh, I don't think I glued this part down yet. I mean, who am I to say anything? Look at my glue stick. My glue stick is Van Gogh. Some of the mermaid markers transferred onto the glue stick. Anyhow, these mermaid markers, you can refill them, from what I understand, with ink and stuff, and make your own brush tip markers. But got to make sure the old stuff is out of it. So that's why I've saved them. And some of them I don't have lids, thanks to two little girls. What color is this? Some kind of red. There's a little bit of ink in there. But it's not filtering through. Before I spill red ink on my blue. The holes may be clogged up. There's just a tiny bit in there, but it is not coming through. Oh well. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to leave it like that. I kind of like that. My buddy Vinny. Okay, what's tomorrow? Oh, wildlife. I did print out a tool that will help me for tomorrow. But that's all I'm going to say. I still want to do something with this that I found on our walk. What do they call these things? Are these... I know that they attach... There's a bunch of them, like in a row. Maybe 2 rows of them. From what I remember from my Mulligan husband. That somebody said that out in California, because I was talking to one of my friend's relatives. There's some lettering on here, but I can't read it. And I said, I've always called him my practice husband. But one of her cousins said, "Oh, you mean your Mulligan?" I'm like, yeah. Which, of course, he's a golfer, but... There was something glued in here. Are these aren't pistons, are they? Anybody, a motor person? I don't know, but I found it on the ground walking the other day. I want to do something with this. The rust would be great on some water. Oh, I do have a little bit of water here. Ooh. Now I can read this. Almost. I think it's the serial number. 010-000-017-008. Whatever it is. Piston or something. I don't know what it is. Anyhow, okay. I'm stalling. And tomorrow we're going to do wildlife. No beavers. No beavers. We have beavers here on our lake for you new people. And we had a dead one a couple weeks ago that we tried to get rid of a couple times, and he kept haunting us. But we got rid of him finally. But I'm loving this so far. Hold on, I got water here. I haven't done my cover yet, but I have my paint palette, which was Spark, because all of these things, all of my accoutrements, including the Legos, all came together kind of at the same time when I was rearranging my craft room a little bit. I'm like, ooh, what if I do Junk Journal July, and what if it was from my buddy Vinny's perspective? So that's what we're doing. And this was his paint palette. And this is Arles, I know I'm not saying that right, Iris, Pete Moore. These are names from paintings and things or places where he was. Momar, I know I'm not saying that right either, Amsterdam, and Moody Blue. I just think that's quite clever. And this was, what was this? A postcard. And he wrote us a postcard. Dear Beth, I walk past this building every day. Sometimes I hear screaming. I wonder why. The weather is hot and muggy, which is what's happening here, and filled with the sounds of birds. From VG. Beth Allen, Lake Murray, Columbia, South Carolina. And that came out of my book. And then I painted this on Tomoe River paper in Van Gogh colors. Then we did labels. And that was out of the book. And we on top of labels. And then we did lettering, my buddy Vinny. So tomorrow we'll use this piece. Oh, there's a little hole here. I need to put a scrap there. Voila. Okay. Glue stick. But this is junk journal in the construction. And that's some of the fun of this kind of stuff. Sometimes some of this influences you. What? The wildlife will not appear on here at all. Nothing on here says wildlife to me, but we can put other paper on it. We can put a page out of the book. In fact, let's just, oh, see, here's a great map, which is what this is. Vincent van Gogh's Atlas and all the places he lived and painted and his history. This is a great book. But I bought it with the purpose of cutting it up. I might use a map. Oh, something like, oh, Amsterdam. I've walked some of those streets. I think I saw this book at the gift shop in Amsterdam for the Van Gogh Museum. Because, alas, I did not go in. Because we were only there for a day. And the line was out the wazoo. And they had already, like, blocked it off because that many people couldn't go in the viewing hours. They had blocked it off. So I took a taxi because we were on a boat. We've done a lot of Viking River cruises, and where our boat docked, which was out here someplace. In fact, it was right by the train station because there was tons of bikes here. And then the taxi took me to the museum, and I walked back because it was just like, and so I went to the gift shop. Huge gift shop. And I think I saw this book there, and when I came home, I ordered it because, alas, weight in a suitcase. But it was really a very great walk. It was long, but it was a great walk. And I'm like, I can't get lost because of the layout of the city. And the Van Gogh Museum is in the first, whatever they call these things, quadrangles or whatever, districts. And I may have been out here someplace, but if you just keep walking towards the water, and there's a huge train station there, and so you just keep walking that direction. Even if I went like this a couple times, it's still fine. But it was so cool. It was a great day. It took all day, and I never got to the museum. Even my cut matches my Van Gogh journal. Okay, I'm stopping talking. Have a great rest of the 4th of July. Well, it's the 5th of July for you now, but there's a long weekend for a lot of people. A lot of people have today off and Saturday and Sunday. Here, our state offices are all closed. All right. I shall be back tomorrow with wildlife. And a revamped Lego, hopefully. If my patience lasts. Bye.